What's up, Devils? J-Dog back for another goddamn video. And today I got submitted a question. So I'm going to answer your question just right here. Just a one-off for you. A little bit of story time it's going to sound like. And it's going to kind of go off the top of my head. Didn't give it much thought. So hopefully I didn't forget any really funny ones. But anyways, it's from Mushroom Leg. Never saw you in the comments yet, brah. J-Dog, what do you think of the band Schnauzer? They changed my life when I saw them live in 1997. And also, if you feel like answering another question, can you tell us a Jim Kanye story? Thank you. Yeah, I got a ton of Jim stories, some of which I probably can't tell. But yeah, I probably think of a few off the top of my head here to talk about. As far as what I think about Schnauzer, I like him. I'm not the hugest fan, but I do like them. They were really, really cool live, and they definitely have songs I like. The main thing I listen to them by them, what I do is the CD that Jim put out a little later on is Tracks from the Wax. I think it was a few of the 7 inches. I don't think it was all the 7 inches because it's not that long of a disc. It's like 45 minutes. I think there's like 13 songs, something like that, 13, 16 songs. So I don't think it's all the 7 inches, but maybe it is. I can't think how many 7 inches Schnauzer has, but knowing Jim, it seems like there was a ton. And I can think of three just off the top of my head. But my favorite Schnauzer songs are on there. Like my all-time favorite Schnauzer song would be "Blasted Beyond Belief." Thought that was really good. I liked "Facts of Life" and "Total Lunatic." I really like those songs a lot. And they have other songs I like, but those are probably my three favorites. So, and those are on the Tracks of the Wax. I'm trying to think; those might all be on the same 7 inch. I know the 7 inch was called "Total Lunatic." Maybe that has all three songs because they're around the same area. Like the beginning of the disc, like the first 5 songs or whatever, is the consisting of those three. So yeah, I do like some Schnauzer. I'm not going to sit there and say I'm the biggest fan. They're also always very good live, super enjoyable and entertaining, and I definitely do like some songs. You got to see them in '97, so you're going to shows before me, 1 year before me. So I'm assuming you're a little bit older than me then, man. So yeah, that would have been cool because the first time I saw Schnauzer was probably 2000 or so. I remember when it was, and I remember Jim was setting up. He was wearing a fucking. He'd always, I don't know if he'd wear these silly ass fucking shirts for Schnauzer, like he kind of had his like wardrobe for each band, like Spawn of Satan. He dressed like kind of like a preacher devil, and then Nunslaughter, he just wore no shirt. And he wore his red pants with fucking devils on them and shit. But Schnauzer, he wore for this one, he was wearing a goddamn McDonald's Grimace shirt. It's just a purple shirt. So I was like 15, 16-year-old J-Dog. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, why do you have a fucking Grimace shirt on? It's fucking metal as fuck, man. How is it metal as fuck? Just silly shit like that, but it's kind of like fitting the shtick of fucking Schnauzer. And then obviously they're throwing shit out in the crowd, like, I don't even remember. What was it, like beddings and fucking stuffed dolls and just a mess of everything, balloons and then afterwards, I remember Jim would. I think that's what he kind of set up at the club because it would anyone that hasn't seen him, like I don't know if they did in the later days because I saw Schnauzer a few times, but it seemed like it was always in the early 2000s, and I get the vibe. I could be wrong that they kind of toned everything down later on in the years as far as what they did at shows. And the reason being is I think just the venues were like, dude, we don't want this is fucking ridiculous. We don't want our place fucking trashed. Now I do know because, like I said, the first show I saw them because we stayed afterwards. I think we kind of helped Jim a little bit, maybe sweep or whatever. We're just shooting the shit with them. It was right around when we didn't just first meet him, but we knew him for about maybe a year or two at this point. I think that's when we just put out the Spawn of Satan CD. So we were buddies, but kind of like new friends. So whenever we'd hang out at a show, we'd kind of like hang out, right? So even after the show, but his thing was how he got to do that at the shows in the early days. He would literally tell the club, "I'll clean everything up," and he did. He would be there with a broom, fucking sweeping up at 2 a.m. So I remember that. I don't know if he kept doing that later on. I just remember at that particular one because we stayed after. And so yeah, the Schnauzer shows were fucking. They were crazy. They're hilarious. They're probably maybe they're a little more toned down in '97, or theoretically even crazier than when I saw them because that was even earlier than when I saw them. But and then as far as Kanye stories, aka Jim Sadist. One that really pops in my mind. There's a few, but he busting balls of other people, and I don't really want to. I don't want to fucking say them because I don't know who watch these videos and might piss people off. I don't know if they know some of the shit he said. So, but not even. It's nothing malicious. Just joking around, and how people are nowadays, man. They get their pussies a little fucking hurt every time. He bust my balls outside. He'd make fun of me all the time. Him and I would go at it back and forth all the time, just making fun of each other. He'd make fun of me. I'd make fun of him. Like I'd be wearing like a Carcass Tools of the Trade shirt because he only likes like the first two Carcass records, and he'd rip on them. And I what did he say one time? He's like, you got your goddamn crayons and matchbox cars like your fucking carcass shirt. I'm like, it's fucking tools and knives and scalpels and shit. What are you talking about crayons? And another time, like he just ripped out because he hated like he didn't like deicide at all, whatever. And we're at Don's house. It was me and Chase. I was wearing a deicide Serpents of Light shirt, and Chase was wearing BW3s, his uniform. He was working at BW3s at the time. It's when we were teenagers. I think I might have even been working there at the same time too, because I told the story when I worked two jobs. I worked at Burger King and BW3s one summer. I stayed at Burger King for like 3.5, 4 years. And then but one of the summers, I was like, I want to work two jobs. I want to be working every single day. I did BW3s. Me and Chase did. And then Chase, I ended up leaving B-Dubs when school came in. And Chase stayed there. So, anyways, Chase had his fucking B-Dubs outfit out. And Jim's ripping on my fucking shirt, the deicide shirt on. Fucking guy's got a deicide shirt on. Who needs that or whatever? I was like, you're ripping on me, but you got the guy standing next to me. He just has a BW3 uniform on. So at least I can get something good there. So just little things like that. But I think the main story that really sticks out in my mind with him was at the end of a show. It was actually just me and Chase and Jim, and I don't even know where Eric was or whatever because I know he would have been at the show. Forget what show it was, but it was definitely wintertime, cold as fuck, and I'm almost positive it was at Peabody's. The last Peabody's that existed before they bulldozed it, probably about I think they bulldozed it about 6 or 7 years ago now. I'm pretty sure it was that one. It could have been at the Agora, but I want to say it was at Peabody's. I remember kind of crossing the street to go to the fucking car. Basically, we're leaving the show and we're going to our cars, And like I said, I don't know where the hell Eric was because usually they would have been around. But whatever, it was me, Chase, for sure. Me and Chase, and just Jim. And before this, it's telling the story is Jim was kind of known for this, and he would always he was just like it's not cold enough, but I always think it was fucking so people could see the shirt. Not that anyone cares because he was always known for saying like when you take. Ever got a photo, right? Like especially for like Nunslaughter and stuff. He's like, get your shirt, you get the shirt, like in the photo. So he's really concerned about people seeing what shirt he was fucking wearing, right? So in the wintertime, he never wore a jacket. Like it had to be like blisteringly fucking cold. Like if it was just like 25 degrees, he wouldn't be wearing a jacket. Like you're like, what the fuck? 25 degrees is cold. It's like, great, it's cold as fuck. Like why would you be wearing a jacket? He wouldn't. And it's like, and he would always be like, dude, it's not even that cold out. Not even that goddamn cold out. It's like, dude, come on, you just want to show off the shirt. Not that anyone gives a fuck. So, anyways, this was another winter day, and I remember it cold as fuck. He wasn't wearing a jacket, right? And if anybody knows anything about the Cleveland area, the Agora was guilty for this, and so was Peabody's. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this was Peabody's, and I think there's one more club downtown. That's escaped my mind that I used to go to that would get this. Is you'd always get I don't know if it's as prevalent now. I'm sure it still exists, but it definitely existed in the early 2000s. It was prevalent to the point where there's no way you were going to escape this, and that is when you're walking from your car to the venue, you would always get at least one bum come up to you and ask you to change. Like, hey, you're going to spare change, and someone would just kind of leave it at that, gun change. Oh no, come on, brother. Like, and that's no, man, I'm good. Or you give them some and they leave you alone, whatever. But some of them were kind of more persistent. That was guaranteed if in the Cleveland area. Like I said, Peabody's, Agora, and I think one other club, guaranteed every time. So, anyways, it's business as usual when it comes to that. And this time, me and Chase and Connie are leaving the fucking venue. Again, don't remember what fucking show it was. It might have been Macabre or something. I think maybe it was Macabre. But anyways, yeah, we're leaving, and there's this guy. He comes up to us. Hey, brother, you got any change? He's like, and like, oh no, and he's like, oh man, I got this headset, man. Would you like to buy this headset or whatever? And me and Chase said, oh, no. And then he's talking to Jim too. I got this headset. He's like, man, you're asking the guy with you're asking because he had no jacket on, and he'd wear these. Anyone that's in Cleveland that saw him, he'd wear these pants. I don't know if they're like they weren't like jeans or whatever. They normal pants. I guess they were just like they were red pants. And what did it say? Fuck God on the ass or something. And then on the calves shin areas, he'd have the devil metal heads, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, they were kind of like they really stood up, but they had no pockets on them. Like when he'd carry cash or something, he put it in his fucking sock like a little kid. Like a little kid puts his $5 in their lunch, fucking going to school in his sock, or he's gonna go get a candy bar. He would do that because he had no pockets and he didn't wear a jacket because he wanted to show his shirt off. So it's like, what the fuck you doing, man? So he didn't carry a wallet or anything. So this guy's offering to sell something, asking for change. And Jim just was like, it was probably the hardest I've ever laughed in my life because if you ever know Jim's lingo, he's really quick on his feet. So I don't remember exactly how it went, just the way he said it was super funny. He was just like, He's like, dude, you're asking a guy with no jacket and no pockets for change. He's like, you got a jacket and something to sell. I should be asking you for money. And this guy was just fucking. He didn't even know what to say. He's like, like he's just completely like he didn't expect to be the biggest fucking asshole in his life, right? So that was probably the funniest because like all the time, like me and my brothers would go, like, oh god, oh no man, no thanks, and Kanye just giving him this whole fucking long. It was like going on for like 5 minutes. Where he basically just talked on the table and got the guy just to fucking leave. And he was a younger guy too. It wasn't like because a lot of times it was to be like these old drunk looking guys. For whatever reason, this guy looked like he was like in his 20s or whatever. I don't know if he was a true bum or maybe he was just trying to like hustle on the side. Yeah, he's wearing this big ass fucking starter jacket. Yeah, he's selling a headset. It's like, yeah, but Jim's got no jacket, no pockets, basically nothing on him. And this guy's got the whole fucking gear and, I mean, a starter jacket with a fucking $150 and yeah, and something to sell. So yeah, should have been asking him for fucking money, huh? So there's that, and then a lot of other stories that I could tell that I thought were really funny. I actually wasn't at. It was some of the Nunslaughter tour ones that either Don told me or Craig told me touring with them. So like one that really stood out. I don't know if fucking Don wants me to tell. I don't think it's like throwing it on a bus. I thought it was funny as shit because it may not be as funny to you if you didn't know Jim very well because one of his quirks were where he just was very stubborn. And if he didn't want to do something, he didn't want to do it. So the one Don told, I think they're coming back from Europe, Spain, or something like that. And Don managed all the merchandise. So basically, he'd have everything shipped over there and then just bring on whatever he can in his luggage to you know what I mean, to sell at the show, like CDs, LPs, shirts, patches, et cetera, et cetera. So theoretically, especially if you had some shipped, you don't want to be coming back with anything. You want to be sell as much as you can, right? And for whatever reason, nobody would basically help Don. This was before Craig was in the band, too. I think this was in the Jim, Don, and I think it was the Rob Lesniak days. And who else was playing then? This is before the Dwayne and even the Dwayne and Grimm days. So whoever it was, Lesniak and whoever the hell else was in the band at the time. I don't even remember. Maybe it was Wayne. Could have been Wayne. Anyways, so long story short is Don had a lot of fucking merchandise left after all the shows are done. He still had a bunch of merchandise left. And he needed it. His luggage is full to the fucking brim. And again, like I said, Jim being stubborn, he didn't help out with it, which it sounds kind of like a jerk move. And I mean, I guess you can laugh about it now. But I know Don at the time was super fucking pissed. Um, he's kind of like, hey Jim, like, can you put some of these CDs and LPs in your luggage bag? Jim, nope, all topped off. He's like you don't have any room whatsoever. Full to the brim, man. And he just had this, a luggage case like this, a square case, and he's telling Don he's all full, right? and so Don's like, oh, fuck, or whatever. So I think because he had literally no more room to bring it back. So I think he wholesaled the rest of the stuff to one of the labels there. What was it? Not Merciless. Which label? Maybe Danny from Revenge, maybe. And I think he sold him the remainder stuff for like $1 a CD, maybe a few dollars an LP or something. Just like literally give me something for it, because then obviously Danny would sell it in his distro or whatever. So basically, great deal for Danny, but shitty for Don because he lost his ass. But Don's like, well, I literally can't take it with me. I have no means of taking it with me, so it's either throw it in the garbage or get something for it. So basically, the remainder merch he took a big ass fucking loss on. So he's kind of in a bad mood or whatever. They get to the fucking airport. Don's lugging his fucking luggage just all full to the brim with CDs, LPs, heavy as fuck. No one's helping him. And for whatever reason, Jim's case was his full to the brim luggage bag was sitting on the floor. And Don had to move it over or whatever. They're just in the airport. And he goes to move it. But Don, and he's getting ready to lift the heavy luggage. He just stands right up with it. Like, what the fuck? He's like, this thing's goddamn empty. What's in it? He opens it up. He's like, and there's one poster rolled up with a rubber band on it from side to side, just from one end to the bag to the other to the luggage bag. That was Jim's fucking thing rolled up. What it was a poster of a tiger or something that he was trying to give to some girl he was banging at the time. It wasn't like a wife or a girlfriend or nothing, just some chick he's fucking and he's wasn't even with a year later. And his luggage bag's all filled up because he has a goddamn poster to fucking end to end. And so obviously Don was fucking pissed. I don't know how it went down at the airport. I forget like how he confronted him. Maybe knowing Don, he probably just fucking kind of just pouted and just kept it to himself, kept it just fucking stayed pissed because you kind of understandably so too, because you kind of really couldn't argue with Jim because he was just he just was, if he was going to do something, he was going to do something, and he just couldn't really talk him out of, you know what I mean? He would have put up a stink. So yeah, that was one for you. Like I said, I wasn't actually at that one, but that was one Don told. And I told, and there's a few more very similar to that. He did other similar shit. He had a soccer ball one, same thing, fill the brim. And there's a whole story on that. I kind of don't remember all the details. He had to get it deflated, just out of his way, fucking just gym nonsense. But yeah, those are a couple that come to the top of my mind. You know, he was definitely, yeah, I thought one of the coolest fucking guys I've ever known. He's definitely had his quirks of annoyingness, like especially doing business with him. There was times, yeah, I wanted to fucking strangle him, but super fucking cool human being. I've never met anyone like him to this day, and yeah, it was definitely a loss to the scene. Definitely was cooler than fucking 99.9 fucking percent of the people in the metal, just in the world, as far as I'm concerned. Just even if there was things about him I didn't like, he was at least a completely original person, as opposed to everyone now just yeah, a bunch of fucking sheep. So yeah, said assholes live forever. Only what they say, only good die young. So there you have it. But yeah, the good old gym days. So yeah, guys, have any other fucking questions or stories about other stuff like that? If I have them, leave them in the comments, ask them, and if I can remember them or have anything else I might, I'll do a video on them. So leave them in there, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.